Summerhill Cinema 700 here, coming at you with a movie review today on 1987's The Video Dead. Now this is a double feature here from Shout Factory, aka Scream Factory, and it also features Terror Vision. So you have Terror Vision along with The Video Dead. And but we're talking today just about The Video Dead. So as you can see, I have the menu screen there in the background playing. So let's just talk a little bit about this film. So today I've watched this film for the first time, and I had seen bits and pieces like clips online, and I had an interest in viewing this film because it looked good to me in certain particular scenes that I watched. And now watching this film for the first time with the Scream Factory Blu-ray, I gotta say I'm not very impressed with the film. It's a very low budget film. I'm not sure exactly what the budget is on this film. I presume that this film was filmed on 16mm. It had to have been filmed on 16mm, but it's a very low budget film. And basically what the idea of this movie is, if I just give you the basic rundown, it's basically about this possessed TV, and we start out by seeing this this older man and this woman. Well, we actually just see this older man. I don't think there's any woman actually. It's an older man, and he gets these delivery guys come to his door with this TV, and he's saying, "Oh, I didn't order a TV. What the hell?" But he's just like, "All right, whatever, bring it in." And anyways, he brings in this TV, turns it on. There's this zombie movie playing on the TV, and he's like, "What is this garbage? I don't even watch TV." And then he basically just unplugs the TV, and then the TV turns on its own, and it's playing this zombie film. He's like, "What the hell?" He ends up going to sleep. I think these zombies then come out of the TV, and basically then the delivery guys come back the next day and they see him, and he's sitting there with his throat slit, and he's dead. And actually that scene is in the back here in a menu screen. You'll see in a moment that particular scene that I'm talking about. So those are the delivery guys there with the TV, as I was just saying. There's the gentleman who opens the TV. There's the zombies on the TV. And that's what ends up happening. There he is, dead. Dead as a doorknob. Anyways, so that happens, and then we go to this, kind of fast forward to this house with this kid and his sister. This kid, Jeff, and his sister. And they're taking care of their parents' house while they're in Saudi Arabia, of all places. And they're basically just watching the house, and he gets the same thing happen. They bring this TV and say, "Oh, did you get this TV delivered to you?" And he's like, "I think you have a mistake." But anyways, and then he ends up taking in the TV and whatnot. And I'm not going to explain every single bit because I'm bad at doing that, even though I just watched the film just 20 minutes ago. I just watched this film. I already can't remember exactly what happens every bit and piece. But he ends up getting the TV, and then the same thing happens with him, and it's kind of funny. He's smoking a joint in his room. Well, actually, I better mention that before this takes place, so he moved into this house, and then this girl around the neighborhood comes over to introduce herself, say "Welcome to the neighborhood" and whatnot, and she's like, "What is it? What do you think? Isn't it kind of creepy living in a murder house?" And he's like, "What? What do you mean a murder house?" And anyways, I guess she just tells him that this guy murdered his wife in the house that they just moved into. So yeah, this kid and his sister, they're in that house. They just moved in there, so parents are in Saudi Arabia. And the girl who comes over and introduces herself from the neighborhood brings her poodle dog over, and she just comes in for a little bit, and the dog runs off in the forest, and they're like, "Oh no, where'd the dog go?" The dog's name's Chocolate. And anyways, Jeff and the girl, the neighborhood girl, go running off in the woods, and they find the dog dead. And they're like, "Oh no." And then anyways, and then basically Jeff is back in his house, smoking pot in his room, smoking a joint, and he's like, he sees these like weird hallucinations happening. He sees like this woman, and then like this naked hot woman comes out of the TV, starts like touching him. I know it sounds so weird, but that's what happens. And then he's like, "Whoa, what's going on?" And then basically, there's this like sheriff guy who's from Texas who's like been knocking at the door. He's like, "There's something wrong with that TV. That TV is cursed." And the kid Jeff's like, "You're crazy," or something like that. And then he ends up listening to him later on. The sheriff comes back and stuff. But anyways, basically the zombies then turns on the TV. The zombies start coming out of the TV, and the whole thing happens again. The neighborhood girl who introduced herself with that chocolate dog, her parents end up getting killed, so she comes over and stays at their house and whatnot. And they're all staying there, and then Jeff and this Texas sheriff that I'm talking about, who warned them about this TV, go out in the woods just trying to find the zombies, to kill these zombies. And it's kind of funny that like the whole movie they're just like trying to kill these zombies, and there's only like 5 or 6 zombies. Like there's not that many. Like they're not very skilled, these people in the film. And it's just kind of funny too. Like this guy who comes across as like a Texas Ranger or something doesn't even have a gun or anything. He like brings like this little chainsaw, and maybe that's like a reference to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 or something like that, having the sheriff guy. But I'm not 100% sure. But anyways, this movie, that's basically all that happens, and it's just the whole movie is just them trying to fight these zombies, and the zombies look okay. I mean, a couple of them look pretty good. Like there's this woman who I think is the woman who like died in the house, was killed in the house. She looks pretty good, her zombie, and then there's this other zombie guy who looks good. And then there's this one that just doesn't look good to me. It's just like it looks like David Bowie painted blue. And it's just like really not scary. Well, I guess it is kind of creepy. But not in a zombie way, just kind of like a creepy way. Like it looks like a creep. But anyways, pretty much everyone in the entire movie ends up dying too. Like the kid Jeff, who's kind of like, I'd say he's probably like the main character. He ends up getting buzzed by like a chainsaw at the end. The Texas Ranger guy gets an arrow shoved through his heart from behind. And it's like, these guys really just can't kill these zombies and stuff. And I'm trying to make this make sense as much as possible, but it's kind of a boring movie really, so it's hard to say a ton about it. And I've probably already gone on too long about it. And I haven't covered everything, but you get the basic idea if you want to watch the film, what it's about. It's just basically about this cursed TV that zombies come out of and start attacking people. And they don't really use that idea in the movie that you have to kill the brain to kill the zombie. It's more so just like when you shoot the zombie, say with an arrow, the zombies think they're dead. Because it's weird, they don't feel, I don't know, it's hard to explain. They feel pain, but they don't feel pain. They think they're dying, but they're really not. They come back, but I don't know what else to say really about this movie. The lead character, Jeff, the guy who plays him, Rocky something, his character in the movie is okay. He's kind of like a likable character. Like he just comes across as like a nice guy, like someone who you could hang out with, and he'd be like a nice friend or whatever. But so his character is alright. I don't mind his character, but the acting is pretty awful all around. But it's just kind of like one of those like it's a later '80s low budget horror film, and I mean, I was kind of bored while I was watching it too, but there's some entertaining scenes too. Like there's when this kid's hanging, the Texas Ranger guy puts him in a booby trap out in the forest, try to lure the zombies in so they can kill them, and he hangs him up in this tree, and he's hanging there with this chainsaw, and he gives the kid the chainsaw, and the kid's like, "Awesome, I want to use this chainsaw. It's like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, my favorite movie." So it's kind of funny that they reference the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So they do reference it in the film. But yeah, like that scene where he's hanging up there and stuff, that looks pretty cool. And there's some cool stuff about the film, but overall I think it's kind of a boring movie. And it's probably not a movie I'm going to watch again for a while, and I kind of regret getting the Blu-ray now, but from the clips that I had seen online, this movie looked a lot better than what it ended up being. So I'll have to check out Terror Vision, but yeah, this double feature Blu-ray and DVD from Scream Factory and Shout Factory, the quality of the picture looks pretty good, and so you get Terror Vision and the Video Dead on a Blu-ray disc, and you get Terror Vision and the Video Dead on a DVD disc as well. There's the front, there's the back. Pop it open. That's what the DVD looks like. The Blu-ray is currently in the player. That's what the DVD looks like there. Some artwork in the back. And as far as special features go, for the Video Dead, we get audio commentary with the director, audio commentary with some stars of the film, pre-recorded interview with makeup effects artist, behind the scenes stills gallery, and a poster and still gallery. So we get a okay amount of features of this, but I don't know if I'm even going to check those out. Like, I don't know if I could sit through this film again to watch an entire commentary. It would be kind of neat to see how they did some of the effects. There's some decent effects in here, but overall, as far as a horror film goes, it's gonna get I'd say a half thumb. Not a thumbs up, not a thumbs down, really, but, well, almost a thumbs down, but a half thumb. And that's just my opinion. It's not really a great horror movie, and it's not really a great, I'm not gonna say it's not a great zombie film. It's definitely, if they had to have a list of the top 100 zombie films, I guess you could put it in it, because that chainsaw scene is pretty cool and stuff. But there's so much more better zombie films out there that you can watch other than Video Dead. But I'll try to do a review of Terror Vision as well sometime. But that's kind of like my review. I think I covered mostly everything about the Video Dead. But yeah, it's pretty much all the characters die, like I said too. So with all that said, if you watched all the 12 minutes of this video, thank you, and can't believe you made it through. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching my movie review / Blu-ray review of the Video Dead from 1987. It's kind of a fun film. It's kind of boring too, but hey, if you like zombie films, I guess you can check it out. Nothing great here though, guys, so thanks for watching. Have a great day.